Hey everyone, this is Frank from Minnesota Camping, and today I'm going to be doing my 10-minute review of the Manfrotto off-road aluminum tripod that I think Manfrotto just actually put out within the last month or so. It's pretty brand new. In fact, I couldn't even find a YouTube video on it. So I ordered this last week. I just got it today, and I'm going to do a quick review or quick my 2 cents on it because it's actually going back tomorrow. I'm going to return it. So I'm not going to have any field tests or actually really give this thing the run for its money. But I'm going to kind of just, I bought this thing because it's light, it's tiny, it's, super small. It only weighs 1.5 pounds, and that was the reason that I got it. The height on this thing's not great. It doesn't have a quick release head, but it was not expensive. It was only $150, and it's light. It's 1.5 pounds. So going from what I normally would bring, which is this massive Bogan 3001 tripod with a head, which weighs about 5 pounds, I thought I would, be shaving a lot of weight and still being able to do what I need it to be doing. The problem is I also got this new Canon lens, which is a monster. It's a 3-pound lens, and although this isn't my camera, with the camera attached, it's going to be close to 5 pounds. Now this head, I think, is only rated for 5.5 pounds, so I knew I was kind of pushing the limit when I first got it, but I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. But then I got it today, and I threw everything up together, and almost immediately I could tell this just wasn't going to work for me, because there was so much wobble. I couldn't even, it just moves. I don't know if you can see that from the lens, but you can't even touch any part of this without it just shaking like crazy, which, obviously the point of a tripod is not to touch the camera, just to take the picture, but even with the remote, if there's any wind, this thing's going to be blowing like crazy. So I thought, well, maybe that's just because I got I got this ridiculous size lens on here. Maybe I'll put the kit lens back on and try that. So I put the kit lens back on, which is just a Canon Rebel, so it's a consumer type SLR, and there's still quite a bit of movement on it, more than I would want to take, especially because if you're taking a tripod camping or backpack camping like I will be, chances are you're not just taking point and shoot. You're doing long exposures, or you really want to get a good shot. So if you're willing to bring a tripod into the field, then you want something that's going to actually do its job, and I just don't see this one ever doing its job with what it is, even with a lighter weight camera on there. Maybe if you had like I record with a Sony an EX5, a mirrorless camera, or maybe a point and shoot, but I still feel like if you're bringing a point and shoot or a smaller camera, you probably don't, you don't care that much about having a tripod. You can probably just handhold. So that's the main reason it's going back. The other issues I had with it, which are not deal breakers, is the fact that it's this is the only this, as far as these legs go. A lot of the other Manfrottos, they'll have multiple adjustments on the leg where you can kind of change this, how the angle of the legs a little bit. But this one doesn't have that. It just has this one, which again, it's not a deal breaker. It's just, it would have been nice to have a little bit more, maybe another stop down, just give it some more stability. The other thing I didn't really care about it is the poles are a lot like my leaky hiking poles. They have like a twist stop, and it's not hard to operate. They're pretty smooth, and they work. It's just I feel like it'd take a long time to set this thing up. If you're, it's got 3 stops, 3 legs. This leg actually comes out. You can see the plastic little compression fitting there, and the maximum height of this thing is 40 inches. I'm 5'7", so you're always going to be bending down to get the shot. But again, I don't. I knew that going into it, and I don't think that's really a deal breaker because you're sacrificing a lot for the weight. So I was willing. I can bend over for to save myself a couple extra pounds. But I do think that now looking at it, that the setup of this thing would sometimes I like to stop, use a tripod, throw it back in my thing, and this is going to take a lot longer to actually set up. The head itself, besides the wattedness, isn't bad. I don't really care about the quick release. This doesn't take that long to screw this thing on. It's got adjustments on both sides. It's already on, and it does hold the camera. And the ball actually will hold the camera. I mean, even at the maximum 5.5, or 5 pounds. It can hold it at an angle. It's just still it's not stable, and it's not the ball that's moving. It's just the plastic of the head is just not very strong. So, I don't, there's just a lot of room. I mean, it's just not great. And, I don't want to say that Manfrotto missed the mark on this. I just feel like, I bought this because I'm a pretty avid hiker. I also love to take photos. I'm getting more into photography, so I thought this would be a perfect combination to put with my camera. And it would be, if the head was a little bit stronger, I think it would be perfect. In fact, I would almost, I don't even know how you can make it stronger, but if it was just a little bit better, I think I would have liked it a lot more and probably kept it. But with how loose that is, I don't see it being actually a good field tripod. So I'm gonna return it, and we'll try something else. So that is my quick 10-minute review of the Manfrotto off-road. I'm sorry I couldn't get in the field or give you some real data, but I just didn't have it long enough to see the need to try it any further than just what I did. So, I don't know if you have any other opinions on this, but if you do, just go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.